Hey YouTube, and sorry, welcome back to my channel. I didn't expect to record this video. I wanted to maybe I guess incorporate it in my weekly talks about my mental health checks, but I felt like this was very important for me to share. So I've been to therapy before, but I've never but I was never consistent with it. So I'm going through some situations right now. It is a lot for me. Like school, personal issues that it's kind of like it's taken over, and it's becoming very overwhelming. So I just made the decision that I can't help myself right now. So it is very important for me to go see somebody that could potentially get me to a better place mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. I have definitely been working on my spiritual journey with God. Right now I'm currently doing a fast for 21 days, and we do a prayer call every morning. And me and my best friend, we pray every night, so we're like each other's accountability partner. And we're just real specific. We decided that we're gonna try to change our prayers and ask for things specifically, so that, you know, the Lord knows what we desire, but also we pray that if the things that we desire is not what God wants for us, then we also will be okay with that. So spiritually, I'm working on that. I have these, what do you call it? This study Bible. Hold on, I probably should have got this before. So sorry, y'all. I'm gonna learn how to be prepared for my videos, but I feel like right now, me being natural and just recording is what works best for me, instead of trying to be like 100% perfect. So if this style of video doesn't work for you, then I'm sorry, but really I just hope that it helps somebody. Anyways, moving forward, I ordered this called the Bible Study. And so what it is it says a 1-year study of the Bible and how it relates to you. Now, I don't know if you can read this whole thing in 1 year, or if it's just the Old Testament and New Testament. So some of you may not be believers, or whatever the case may be, but wherever you believe in your higher power, you know, the universe, you know, I feel like just spend time in that. But for me, I do believe in God, and I really want to strengthen my relationship with him. And I feel like with knowing or having a relationship with God, it'll kind of change my mindset about how I think about myself and how I respond to adversity and problems in my life. So I'm going to start reading this, and it's like they tell you what chapters to read, and then they have like guided questions for you to sit and like think about what was God trying to tell you, what you can learn from it. I'm going to try and pull up one real quick. And it's really cute. It's a nice book. And I just started. And then this is cute. It says, God never breaks his promise. And sometimes I just need to reassure myself and tell myself that. So, okay. Give me 1 second, y'all. Okay. So my first reading was for Genesis 1 and 1 to Genesis 2. So basically Genesis 1 and 2, the chapter. And since I'm in school, sometimes it's going to be hard to read an entire like chapter sometimes, because some of the chapters are long in the Bible, but I'm going to put forth a great effort to do so. Okay, so moving on about mentally and emotionally. So I'm sure everybody's been through like relationship problems and relationship like heartache and stuff like that. So I still think like I am still healing from like a really long relationship that was really special to me, but you know, it just didn't work out. So I'm just trying to heal from that, because I really don't want to move forward and that necessarily affect my life. Now, I'm not trying to be in a relationship right now. I'm not trying to find another man or anything. the main goal for me right now is to heal, because I don't think that what my relationship did to me just was my relationship. It stemmed from childhood. So when I went to go see my therapist yesterday, she kind of just opened up a few wounds, you know, for me. And that's hard, because for so long, like, you try to suppress that and you try to kind of ignore that, but honestly, you have to deal with it. You have to tackle it, and you have to be able to be uncomfortable, because that's what it's going to cause for you to grow. So I realized that a lot of the things, not just even in relationships, but in just like your friendships and how you do your day-to-day life and respond to stuff, it could very well be from learned behavior from when you were a child. And so yesterday, she just kind of shedded some light on why in relationships, whether it be boyfriend, girlfriend, or, you know, my friendship relationships, why I accept certain things, why I respond the way I do to certain things. And so I'm not really ready to share the whole thing with you guys, but I will let you know that that it has been really hard for me. But let me see how I'm trying to say it. But a lot of the things that happened to me as a child, this is all I'm saying, the things that has happened to me as a child has transferred over into my adult life, and it has caused me to do things that's not healthy for myself. And so just one situation I guess I can share is that I know that God has blessed me a lot, like from the many things that I have to the mental stability, because just in 2018 I had went through like a real bad like depression, and I was having anxiety. I was not myself, and I didn't know how to talk to people about this, because this is the first time that I had experienced this. So I just kept to myself, and just being honest, like my coping mechanism was I just wanted to be alone. And I drank wine. I drank wine a lot. It was a problem, y'all. It was a problem. And I know y'all probably just like, it's just wine, but no, like it was like I guess like the liters. I wish I don't know really like the bottle I can tell you, but I was drinking wine a lot. And honestly, you guys, like, this is kind of scary for me to share, because I feel like the world is so cruel, but I really felt strongly and led to share this video because somebody else could be going through it, you know. But anyways, and God really kept me, because I was trying to finish up my last course for pharmacy school, and I was struggling. Like I was failing tests left and right. I couldn't get myself together. Like I really was kind of like losing my mind. But God kept me. He really kept me. He sustained me, and somehow I managed to pass that class for pharmacy school, and I was able to go to pharmacies. I was able to go to pharmacy school. So, and I feel like also, again, for people that aren't believers, like, this doesn't necessarily pertain to you, I guess, but I do believe that what's for you is for you. And if you just keep pushing forward, whatever it is that you believe in, I really do truly feel like it'll happen and it'll manifest, but you just gotta like keep pushing. So anyways, I potentially couldn't have been here to be able to share this story, but I do know that God kept me, because if not, like I said, I wouldn't be here to share this story. But anyways, so back to my counseling yesterday, or my therapy session. She really like just helped me realize like where a lot of the things are coming from and the reason why I am the way I am. And so, confession hour. My how people view me is not how I view myself. So, people are like, oh, Dorothea, like, you're in pharmacy school, you're in the Air Force, I work 2 pharmacy jobs. And this is not me bragging, this is just really me just being honest and like how people view me. And I'm not asking for a pity party. I really just want to be able to share this because I do truly believe that somebody will benefit from this video. So anyways, and like, my degrees, I bought a house when I was 24. Like, there's a lot of things that I don't even want to sit here and just like blah 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 on, because I do not want to seem like I'm bragging, but can't nobody tell me that that wasn't God who has allowed me to do these things or whatever. But when people say, like, you know, Dorothea, like, you're a great girl, like, you are kind, you're this, like, I don't truly on the inside believe that. So my therapist was talking to me, and she was like, Dorothea, I want you to think of an affirmation that you do not believe about yourself. And I was like, and she was like, do you think you're enough? And then I was like, no. Like, and what's crazy is because I don't really think I've really felt like this before in my life. Like, I've never felt like, I guess I've never just dealt with it. I've never felt that I wasn't enough, but then I also didn't really think too much about it, you know? So, because I feel like maybe my mind was jaded by other things. Like, I was kind of just suppressing what really I felt. Like, say, for instance, like, if I felt like I wasn't enough, I would just do other things to cover that up. So that's what I'm trying to say, to cover that up. So she was like, well, I just want to let you know, she was like, you are enough. So every time I walk through a door frame, she wants me to tell myself that I am enough, because she mentioned that when I was in my session yesterday that I didn't say one positive thing about myself. So she was like, it's almost kind of like all that I've been through as a child and growing up. She said that I've trained my brain to not have any positive affirmations about myself. And she was like, your brain is like Play-Doh, you know? And, you know, like when, like, say, for instance, you're, like, you roll something, like, through mud, or you walk through mud, like, it's going to create a groove. And after you do that so many times, it becomes natural for you to just, you can walk that with your eyes closed, because that groove is already, like, in the mud. So if you can visualize it, just say, for instance, you're rolling a ball through the mud, the ball is going to leave like a groove, and the ball can roll back because that same groove is going to be there. So she said, essentially, that's what my brain, or how my brain is set up right now. And she was saying that it's so used to being negative and not believing that I'm enough, or I'm not good enough, or whatever. She said that I'm going to have to retrain my brain. She was like, we're going to have to go on the other side and create a new groove. And so that was really kind of hard for me, because, you know, like, in this world, like, you have to be like this perfect person. You have to, it's not good to have low self-esteem or something. Like, people talk about you and, like, things like that. So that's why, to be honest with you, it's hard for me to share this video, but I really don't care. Like, I feel like it's needed right now, and this is really kind of therapeutic to me, because sometimes when you listen to yourself say stuff, it's just like, dang, why do you think like that? But anyways, this is my reality, and it's just the truth of the matter right now. So anyways, every time I walk through a door, she wants me to tell myself that I am enough. And you know, it's kind of hard to say that, because I honestly do not believe that, and which is sad, but I know that eventually, when I put in the work, that I will feel that way. And so as for me moving on into, like, another relationship, that's what she was like, do you desire to be in a relationship right now? And I told her, I was like, no, because I can't bring this, even just like from my childhood situations to my last relationship. We were together for 4 years, and like, that was like, it's kind of hard when you think that person's gonna, you know, like, you're gonna marry that person, that's gonna be your person, or that was your person. Like, it's hard to just, you know, move on from that and think that you can go into another situation and be healthy, because there's a lot of things that I need to realize, like, what did I do in that situation, in that relationship, that I could have been better. And, you know, just like the many things that we went through, like, I feel like I need to heal from that stuff. So my main goal right now is to get me back, understand what I need to fix, so that I can move forward in a positive way. So and right now, relationship is not my focus. I have school, I have a lot of things, and I just want to be in love with me again, and know how it feels to just be with me, and, you know, healthy. So I'm really excited about this journey. I'm so glad that I have started my YouTube. I really thought this was going to be more all about pharmacy and my Air Force job, but God has led me through to another avenue. So I think, like, my therapist journey and mental health journey is going to be great for me to share, because more people are dealing with it and coming to terms with anxiety and depression and just being mentally healthy. So hopefully I can help. Moving right along, she wanted me to watch this video by a lady named Marissa, and it is called I Am Enough. And so far, it's about 45 minutes, but so far what I've listened to is amazing. I think it'll change your life. I will write it down in the description box below so that if you want to check it out, you can. She also gave me a book that's called You Can Heal Your Life. I'll also link this. It's by Louise. From what I read, it's also a great book. It starts with a positive affirmation, and it just kind of like talks to you about how to change your life, how to change your thoughts, how to get better. So like, let me tell you one chapter. It's like what is the problem? Where does it come from? Is it true? What do we do now? Resistance to change, how to change, building the new, and the daily work. And then it goes into relationships, work, success, prosperity, the body, the list, and like everything thereafter. So that's one recommendation that she told me. I did tell you guys one about the positive affirmation to tell yourself every time you walk through a door frame. And then also she told me to try meditating. And so she was like, she's like, it's going to be hard to sit and meditate because so much of my mind goes and goes and goes, y'all. Like, it goes. So, she's like, it's going to be hard to sit because you're going to be thinking about a lot, but I want you to just learn how to be in the moment. And I struggle with that 110% because I don't know how to be in the moment. I'm always bringing myself back to whatever it is that is negative, and so I need to not do that. And like a lot of people say, like people were just like, oh, you know, it's easy to change your thoughts. I mean, I guess you can say it is easy, but at the same time, after you've been doing it for so many years and you have a lot of like trauma, it kind of is hard. So you kind of like just got to relearn it. So anyways, that was one. She told me to meditate, and she told me to and I'm going to use the Calm app. I accidentally bought that app because I didn't cancel my subscription. It's $69 for the year, but I have insomnia. I told you guys that. So I do take medication for sleep, but the Calm app does help me to go to sleep and fall into a deep sleep. So that's amazing. But I'm going to use the Calm app to meditate, but I'm sure there's other free apps. I'll also list this in the description below. And what else did she tell me to do? I think, okay, so I'm supposed to write a list of the things that kind of stemmed from my relationship, and just, you know, read it over and over again and just see what things can I change and what things that I wish were different for the next. But I feel like right now I'm completely not focused on being in another relationship. Like, that's the furthest thing from my mind right now. So I haven't done that yet. And also I told you guys I journal. So that was just a little bit from my therapy session. I just wanted to share that she did expose me to why I do certain things in relationships, and why sometimes when people try to be nice to me, like, I question it because that's not what I'm used to from my childhood. That's just not something I'm used to. But this video looks like it's like 18 minutes right now, and hopefully that this is beneficial for somebody. I hope it touches somebody. If you have any questions, I'm here. I'm not a doctor, I'm not a counselor, I'm not any of that, but I do want to share my therapy journey with you all because I really feel like it can help. Because honestly, I would love if you guys have any recommendations for channels that I could watch for people that have different coping mechanisms or talk about their mental health. I would greatly appreciate it. So if you watched this to the end, thank you for listening to my story. I pray that you guys are not judgmental, and I pray that if you have anything negative to say, that you just keep it to yourself. I love you all. Thank you for continuing to support me, and I will talk to you all.